Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to the Mahabharata series on Katha Yogam. In our last episode, we learnt the heart-wrenching reason why Ganga drowned her 7 children and saw the emotional reunion between Shantanu and their 8th son, Devavrata. Today, we will witness a key moment in Devavrata's life when he makes a powerful vow for his father's happiness. A vow that changes his destiny forever and earns him the name Bheeshma. Please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and support us. This will help us bring more fascinating content from the treasure trove of Indian epics to you. Vaishampayana continued narrating the Mahabharata to the audience gathered at King Janamejaya's palace. His voice was steady as he described the event that would alter the Kuru dynasty's future. One day, King Shantanu was walking along the river bank when he caught a whiff of an enchanting fragrance. The scent was unlike anything he had ever experienced. Sweet, rich, and utterly captivating. Unable to resist, Shantanu followed the scent and soon came upon a small boat by the river. There, he saw a young woman named Satyavati ferrying people across the water. Satyavati was no ordinary woman. She was the daughter of a fisherman, but she had been blessed by the sage Parasara, who had gifted her a divine fragrance after she gave birth to his son Vyasa. Because of this blessing, she was no longer known by her fishy smell, but instead as Yojanaganti, the woman with a scent that could carry for miles. Shantanu, completely smitten by her beauty and this intoxicating scent, immediately decided he wanted to marry her. In his desire, he forgot about his son Devavrata, whom he had declared as the future king and was to be married soon. He rushed to Satyavati with a marriage proposal. However, Satyavati asked him to seek her father's consent. Her father, Dasharaja, was the chief of fishermen. Overjoyed that the king sought to marry his daughter, Dasharaja's happiness quickly turned into greed. He set a condition that Shantanu could marry Satyavati only if her future sons would inherit the throne. Shantanu was shocked and deeply troubled by this demand. He couldn't agree, as his son Devavrata was already the crowned prince. Disheartened, Shantanu returned to his palace, unable to fulfill his desire. Though Shantanu was back in his kingdom, his heart remained heavy. His desire to marry Satyavati consumed him, and he sank into deep sadness. Devavrata, noticing his father's distress, grew concerned. He approached Shantanu and asked, "Father, what troubles you so deeply? You're a great king who cares for his kingdom and its people. While everyone in the kingdom is living a happy life, your heart seems to be burdened by grief." Shantanu hesitated but eventually confided in his son. He explained how, as a king, it was his duty to have more than one son to secure the kingdom's future. He said, "It is important to ensure the continuation of the royal lineage. Though you are my heir, I fear for the future if anything should happen to you. It is the duty of a king to have more sons. After Ganga left me, I had no desire for anyone else until I met Satyavati. But her father refuses to give her hand in marriage to me." Shantanu, however, did not tell Devavrata the real reason behind his sadness. The condition that made it impossible for him to marry Satyavati. He didn't want his son to feel like he was standing in the way of his father's happiness. Devavrata, understanding the depth of his father's sorrow, set out to meet Dasharaja himself. Accompanied by a few ministers, Devavrata approached the fisherman's chief. He pleaded with Dasharaja to allow the marriage, promising that Satyavati would live a life of great honor and respect as the queen mother. Devavrata assured him that Satyavati would never be treated as a stepmother but as his own mother. However, Dasharaja remained firm. He asked, "But what of her children? They would only live in your shadow, serving you. They would never sit on the throne. How can I allow that?" Devavrata did not take time in making a decision and taking a vow. He said, "I promise that I will never sit on the throne. Satyavati's children will inherit the kingdom. I will live only to serve them." Even after this, Dasharaja still had concerns. He said, "I trust your word, but what if your children claim the throne after you? What if they challenge Satyavati's sons?" Without flinching, Devavrata made an even greater vow. "I swear I will never marry. I will remain a bachelor for my entire life. So there will never be any children from me to challenge the throne." The gods themselves were moved by Devavrata's unwavering love and sacrifice for his father. His vow, known as the Bheeshma Pratigya, that terrible oath, earned him the name Bheeshma. From that moment on, Devavrata was no longer just a prince. He was Bheeshma, the grand protector of the Kuru dynasty. Satisfied at last, Dasharaja agreed to the marriage. Bheeshma brought Satyavati to the palace and arranged for the wedding. When Shantanu learnt of the terrible sacrifices his son made for him, he was overwhelmed with emotion. He blessed Bheeshma with a boon, declaring that he would have the power to choose the time of his own death. No one could take his life unless he willed it to. Vaishampayana paused as the gravity of Bhishma's sacrifice settled in. Though Dasharaja had secured a future for his daughter and her children, destiny had its own plans. In time, Satyavati would find herself pleading with Bhishma to take the throne, a throne he had given up for her sake. What twists of fate led to such a moment? Stay tuned to Katha Yogam as we continue unraveling the complex and tragic saga of Satyavati's lineage and the unbreakable vow of Bheeshma. If you appreciate our work, please like and share this video with your friends and family. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to get notified when we upload a new episode.